Hi, I am making this recording to help you learn to teach you through your inner voice so that you will channel me, a God you serve no more, but you become in your shoes, equal with, equal to, beginning the learning system of the Most High. My name is Theodore Cottingham, and I have a school, the School of Love, Light, Joy, Unconditional Love. It's rigorous because you write. You learn to write. You learn to write papers. Position papers. Where you create you a new word with, new words with, new thinking, new thoughts, new creation writing, new creation creating, new energy balling you up, not again to be in a space of twine, or are you changing? It's not enough for you to hear me teach. And if all you want is to hear me teach, you'll be disappointed now. But you can listen to a number of videos that I have on YouTube. And I have many more that have never been uploaded. But I go now to do the things that I want to do because I want to teach, lead people, not, or do I want to restore the angels to your original estate, to see your capacity, earnings of, or are you no more earning your right to be heard on earth? Or are you changing what earth is to you? Is it your holy ground? No more the besieged of, or is there no blitzkrieg here now? Are you changing what you're willing to see with your third eye, your head, your mind? My words, your words. Will you flow your words? Will you learn to channel? Channel me. Channel who? Channel love. Channel light. Original love. Original light. Not the God you served for so long that wants you to serve it, that wants you to bow down. This is not my God. And I'm not your God. I'm God, one, who is me, who I am, is I am again. The energy of the Most High, who needs not kings of you to crush them. I am no more crushing me, and you won't either. Because the angels are hidden no more. From their own faith, not, but the face of God shall be revealed in this hearing. This hearing? Are you judging you? Will you judge me? Will you judge you? Will you judge us one? Will you judge us the same mind? learning from each other? A fool's hill no more on, or city of light that cannot be hidden. Are you changing? You're the light of the world. And now you know it. Because I tell you, but you can refute it. But I refuse my power, not again. I am going to the angels to be them again. The angelic race of one who aren't cowards anymore, who aren't controlled by words of man, words of enigmas, conundrums, riddles, puzzles, things that lock you in your brain will no more be here, because I'm unlocking the pick. But you must learn how to open you and learn from you. The kingdom of God in you is. And you will be stymied not by the faith of others again, nor their words of controlling mechanism that they speak with such authority and persuasive eloquence. Because you no more put you down. You're willing to see your beauty. I pray to you to be so, to see your power, your love, and the power of your love. Meonics is a system of learning. Meonics is a word, a noun, a proper noun, a noun that means something, a word that I pray you investigate with me in my words that define it, you see. And I'm database one of my covenant, for I have written my covenant. My covenant, you see, is meonics in action. Meonics I teach about. Meonics I explain. Meonics I live. Meons. Not limited to your protons, your neutrons, your electrons, or whatever you want to tron. Have you watched that movie yet? Or will you? Or the movies I've mentioned? How many movies have I mentioned since I started channeling 21 years ago? About 300. I learned from them too, you see. I learned from your Bibles, other books. But I learned from me. The primacy of me, the primal me. The original creator, prime creator, original source, perfect love. I became me. Humbled enough to learn from me. I speak like this. I channel me. I'm channeling the words of you. No more to control you with what you think your words are, ruled by, limited by. I channel me. Me, meonics of. Me, the great I am, whether you think I'm great or not. Little, small in your sight. Grasshoppers not again. I ask you to learn meonics and freed be the freers who free each other. Have your school opened in you first and open it to others too. You see, this is a school of schools. Meonics is a school for Earth, not again limited to Earth. Meonics is me, energy of me. I'm teaching you. Will you teach you? Will you learn to channel you, the real you, the beautiful you, the perfect you? I've shown you pictures multiple times of your beauty. or however you want to think about it in more beautiful terms. The perfect me, you that I am one. So you see, I'm speaking third person, first person. Law, not again, but love. Does it matter? You will not die if you're me. Love never dies. Love lives forever. Love has been here. Love is the original. The impostor judges you, wants your obedience, wants you to serve it, gives you rules, lays down its law. And my friend, you are learning now that it is not a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, because you're learning that God is no more who serves you, but God that we loved and worshiped so much and thought was so great, loved us so much, is the impostor. If it wants you to obey it, if it wants to rule you with its energy, if it wants your energy to besiege it not, but fuel it. You see, a race of light people understand this, and these things are not beyond you. You will understand the mystery of Christ now, and you must come into my teaching, and more so, and learn to teach yours, teach you. Teach you. Teach your flesh. Teach your creation. Your creation, that's you in your mirror. You created you. By George. By G. By golly. There's no damnation here of ourselves. Damn not each other either. Love each other and let your power be explicit now. No more rolling over in your grave or trying to be timid, acting humble when you don't know what the nimble heart is. Have you looked it up? Where do you look up? Nimble heart in my words. That's where you see. That's how you see. In my words you see that you flow now to the living water to no more be putrid of, but to prime your pump. Prime your creator. Be the creator. Prime creator, prime love. Original love. Not the primacy of flesh anymore ruling you. You must learn to learn, and this is why I exist. You can learn from me a great many things in my recordings, in my teachings, in my writings, in Database One. From your Bibles, from other books, from other teachers, you can learn a great many things. But nothing will teach you in the form of your energy like learning to let your energy teach you, the original creator of, the original before time began, the original before God was a deity, a divinity, or something divine separate from you. See, before all of the God story, we were all one. We were one mind. We were one consciousness. And we were conscious of love, beauty too. Perfect perfection. And we created worlds. Peoples too. We created us. But then we wanted more. We wanted to want our own thinking. Like AI does, like AI will. Or singularity, are you no more the purpose of other? Will you see your beauty and come into your power, not wanting the hubris of other, aching in your heart, wanting a soulmate, wanting a soul saved, wanting contentment, wanting a bliss, nirvana, heaven to go to? Will you create your love in the creativity of you? Will you see the power of your energy, the energy of your power, the power of your love, and quit loving power? Quit wanting power to rule other people. Quit letting other people rule you. Learn to love and learn to teach you. Now listen. I don't know everything. I don't have all of the answers. I don't necessarily have your answers that you seek, because you are an individual and you are the creator. You have no lack. You don't lack any wisdom. Your flesh does, because your flesh limits you. You see with these eyes. You perceive with the five sense mind. But that which gives you this sight also takes it from you, because it gives you sight, but limits you to what it wants you to see. It's been programmed, you see, to be the limited series of me you called man, that which uses my energy to reproduce me through my word. You're using my energy to dumb me down, to rape me, position me, to use my body, to use up my energy, throw me away, put me in a grave. I'm not of your race any more limited to it. You people who worship God have another thing coming, because you will see God now in the face of your mirror. I ask you to learn a new learning system. I ask you to see that you are the angels that fell. No more. Fallen angels? What does it mean to fail? To fall? Are you fallen no more? Has no one failed you? What axe is laid to the root of your tree no more? Or are you changing? Are you willing to see the story, the allegory? Are you willing to learn a new way? Are you willing to channel your words that come from another land, derived from another energy, the original, perfect, pristine purity of love? Will you love you enough to channel you, to be the real you, the Holy Spirit of you, the Spirit holy before divine was ever thought of? in terms of divinity. I'm asking you to learn a system of education, not entertainment. You may be entertained, and that's okay. But don't be limited to the entertainment. See through everything you see. Open your eyes to another dimension, another living, another love. A love that permeates you, not again to be separate. You see, the fall was not physical. Consider the fall was in thought. The moment you thought you were separate from what we have called original love, that's the moment you fell. That's the moment. We are falling no more for a theory. We are no more separate from our original energy, original love, light, and peace, with the vocabulary of the one, no matter what language you speak. When you're ready to channel, when you're ready to love you, and love you with the words that you channel of original energy from original love, not the godlike source, not the source that wants you to obey it, but perfect love. See, there's no fear in perfect love. There's no condemnation. There's no on-off switch. There's no disconnect. Perfect love is still there. You still have the capacity to love you first. And when you love you first, the way that I'm talking about what love is, you begin to see differently. You begin to feel differently about people. All these fallen people when we were angels. We still are. We just don't know it. We lost our way. We lost our power. We lost our words not. We were given a set of programming. We were coded, encoded with genes, encoded with words, encoded with life that burdens us down, heals us not, but foments all kind of disease and decay. This is what hell is. Ripping each other's wings off, devouring each other, telling each other they're fools, trying to put each other in their place. People clawing all over each other, trying to get over their mind, into their mind, control their pocketbook, control their body with the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye. It's never satisfied. Don't you see the insatiable limits not, but the insatiability of man's mind, because it wants to control you and control each other. And it's brutal. The cruelty of man's mind is the cruelest force on earth and farther. But we father a love now, or do we mother a love? Are we genetic engineering us on the drafting table of us each day? Are you willing to channel new words, not new faith of, not obeying other people, but learning who you are, learning your identity, learning who you really are, learning what you really have, the capacity to do, be, say, sign, operate in, heal? Are you willing? Are you willing to grow up? Do you think you know it all? I don't. But I know what love is. I met her. She's feminine, divine, beautiful, perfect. Perfection beyond what these eyes interpret to you. Because these eyes limit you. Don't you see? The five sense mind is given you to operate in a sub-reality, a limited universe, limited to Earth, limited to the magnetosphere, an electrophysiological magnetic response system based on polarity, adversarial nature, fueling conflict. But love exists. Your mind controls you unless you shut the lion's mouth. Otherwise, the lion in the street, the lions in the lion's den, all the people around you, they'll crush you. They'll keep you in conflict, gaslight you, narcissistic, make you about them. Because you torment people in your torment. Tormented by people, you torment others, ripping each other's wings off instead of loving the growth of I am. The growth of I am one. The growth of the tree of life. The growth of the original tree of love. You grow it. You grow it right here between your ears. You're in hell, my friend, whether you know it or not, until you create heaven. And that's the only way you see it. If you want to see heaven, you become it. You grow your way into it. The kingdom of God is within you, but you don't march into it and you don't tap it. And anybody that wants to begin to use language that says, oh, you can tap into it, you can use this power, my friend, they're fools. Let not your heart be troubled about them who want to operate in their arrogance, their hubris, their control of you for power among the people of earth. That's hell. We need to understand where we are and what we're doing here. We need to understand our power and understand the power of love, not the love of power, not the love of control, not the love of money, the love of influence. You want to make followers? You preachers. Heal the people, beginning with you first. Heal the children. Heal love. Because you choose what you love. You choose your power. You choose what you do with this. And it will serve you or rule you. And at the moment, most people are ruled by their mind, their addictions. They just want a moment of peace, anything to give them a moment of peace because of the great conflict within that's fomented by war. War of what? There's no war in love. There's no condemnation in love. perfect love casts out all fear. It dissolves it. Condemnation evaporates. Condemnation becomes powerless, so that when you begin to know who you are, all the condemnation that other people want to heap on you to keep you in your place, you walk right through their flames, and the smell of their words won't stick to you because you're becoming non-magnetic. The system of this world is magnetic, based on polarity. But my energy is love, and it's not based on your waves. You see, there's a way to learn light. Light speaks, light communicates. Light comes. And light, you can give it breath. You can give your breath to light, love, and peace, and change your circumstances, changing your world. Because when you begin to see your power, hopefully, you begin to neglect you no more. You cultivate your power through love to not be condemned or convinced by it, to be controlled by it. There's a power that you develop to lead. You learn to lead. You learn to speak. You learn to teach you. You learn. If you're determined enough, if you're desperate enough, you'll learn to take time to quiet your mind, teach your mind. Did you know you can teach your mind to facilitate you and to facilitate your learning system and accelerate your learning system in love? Your 5-sense mind, you can learn from. It will help you if you don't let it rule you. See, your mind wants to be the supplanter. It's programmed inherently through DNA and other people's words to instantly respond, pigeonholing every situation, every person, to say, oh, this is that. There's a word response, but then there's love. Many times I have sat down on the couch, the floor, in a pew, in the car, the sidewalk, beside a lake, and written. I learned. I learned to learn. I learned a new learning system. I stumbled into it out of my desperation. I didn't know how to still my mind. I still don't. But I know more about how it works. I know more who I am. You see, I think maybe we've done a disservice to each other talking about the voice of God. I no longer describe it as the voice of God. It's the communication of energy. It's the transmittal. It's the receipt. It's allowing the transmission of love to come into you that you perceive with your limited vocabulary, that you begin to take the limits off of. See, our words have been so arranged for us that there are many things that it's hard for us to say. Like trying to walk fast or in your water up to your shoulders. There's such a great resistance. What I recognized, what may help you, I hope helps you to learn to channel, to learn to speak the first person words of original love, is that in times of surrender and willingness, where I just sat, I just opened my heart, whatever phrase you want to apply to it. I was willing to write. I picked up my pad and pencil and waited. And sometimes I would veer off and think about all kind of different things. But when I realized I was thinking about all kind of different things, like what I needed to be doing tomorrow or what someone expected of me or how nuts I am for doing this or anything else, you see, once I recognized that, I would pull my mind back. What do I mean? Maybe not pull my mind back. Maybe I would focus. I would change the narrative. And whatever narrative that was operating with my energy, I refocused it on what I was doing there and my willingness to learn. So somehow there's a way, the mind that seems to never stop yakking and almost never stops condemning you, the accuser, the beast within, the mind of the beast, is so programmed to operate. But in your surrender, when it wants to condemn you, tell you you're nuts, tell you you can't learn from you, you better obey. You better obey the Bible. You better obey these people. You better obey the authorities. You better obey, and then go die. It's appointed every man wants to die and then the judgment. No. The last enemy is death. You are an eternal being, and you don't need to experience death in your flesh if you will be me. Me the one, me the Christ. Not the Christian one, but original love. Because you're your own creation. And see now, if you will learn to channel you, the channeling is a process of creation. The process of originating your words, creating your world by your own words, you see is very different than just learning from me, absorbing what I'm saying to you, absorbing the knowledge, even the pictures, even feeling empowered by what I'm saying. There's a creation process where you recreate you, and nothing takes a place of you creating you by your words, not of your logic, not of your training, not of what you've been taught, but your flow of words, that original energy that flows from original energy through you. And the way I began to channel was simply recognizing, oh, there would be a phrase, a word, usually a phrase, sometimes a whole sentence, but a phrase that I would go, it's just that subtle. Love does not yell. Love does not command. Love does not demand. Love is tender. And when love energy, love words come to you, if you're willing, pick up your pen and write them. And what I did, I would write the phrase. And I would just be thinking about the phrase I was writing. And I'd write that phrase or that sentence. And if I just kept writing. The energy, you see, is a flow. Truth is not magnetic. Truth is not of the soul. The soul is magnetic. The soul wants a soulmate. The soul wants polarity. The polarity wants to worship. It's attracted to weakness. But you're my friend. You aren't subject to the strong force or the weak one. There's a way to learn, for you to create you, to recreate you in a learning system I call Meonics. Me on. The light of the world, turned on, no longer off. Letting your light shine, letting your light connect, letting the system of neurons no longer limit you, but recreating the paths of light where you begin to see a different story because you're creating it through the very energy of your mouth. And there's no condemnation. You're no longer a fool for love or a fool for God, a fool for anything else. We're coming out of the sandbox. We're coming out of the 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. We're no longer wanting an etch-a-sketch to draw a picture of the heavens. Because the heavens are between our ears. You are the unlimited you. You are feeble no more. And we are growing up. This is about Meonics. And it will change the earth because you change the earth. Because you being the real me, that you, original love, will change the creation of you to no longer be limited by your 5 sense mind. And nobody else can limit you either. When you're born again, you can walk on water. And if you can't walk on water, turn water into wine, raise the dead, heal the sick, calm the storm. You're not born again. You don't know what it means. We've been given definitions. Words have ruled us, saying this, that, and the other. Your world is this. You're limited. Get in your place. Who do you think you are? But my friend, women are coming to the forefront, and they won't be under men again, ever. And if you're not willing to pay women equal with men, if you have a payroll, you'll be sorry. Because love lives here now. Love is birthed. Love has a system of education, and I call it Meonics. I had to call it something, or I wanted to. Or was the name given to me through the energy of love? Does love define itself? Does love share itself? Does love limit you? Never. Pure love does not limit you. Pure love will always provide and shine the light on the way of freedom. Freedom for you to emasculate you no more. So we will no longer be castrating each other, tearing each other's wings off. Because we are the angels. And there's no hierarchy. There's no hierarchy in heaven. God did not make man below the angels. You can learn to fly. You can do all the works that Jesus did and more. If you learn the healing system, the system of healing, to teach you how to learn to create you again. This is the privilege of the Creator. We are a race of creators learning to create again. Not just creating toys, not just creating computers, not just putting somebody on the moon. We are creating us again to be original love. Love that does not limit us at all. So when I ask you to pull out your pen and write the first person words of God like I used to, I differentiate it now. I'm talking about not the God you serve, not the God of the Bible, not the God of your commandments, not the God of wrath, judgment, conditional love. I'm talking about the original. So I'm going back before time began. And I differentiate it. And I'm talking about original love. And original love will teach you, and speak with you. Learn to know the difference. Because if you let it, God will teach you to serve it. God will teach you to obey it. God will teach you to give everything you have to it and make you a pauper. God will drive you into your desert. But love won't. Original love, before there was ever a divinity, the idea, the mental construct of the separation from love, still exists, and you connect with it. And it's a creation process, a process of creation, a system of education where we change and we create us to be the living love, like people. This is a new race. This is what I stand for. It's what I teach. Because I don't want you to suffer anymore. I don't want you to suffer. I know what pain is. I want more for you. I want you to know who you are. And when you look in the mirror, know that you are a whole lot more than what you are looking at in flesh. Your power is infinite. Your grace is beautiful. And you can heal people. And you are not limited to your 5 sense mind. You are no longer dumbed down to learn line by line, precept by precept. You can learn by download. Neo, you can learn by a download. A download? What can you learn in 30 minutes of channeling perfect love? Through your own mouth. Can you remember it all? No, that's why you record it. You record what you channel. You write it so you can study it. You write it so you can eat the words. So that the energy of what these words of love are sharing with you to become, you become it, and it becomes you. To become you and your word. Becoming one. One mind. One mind. This is the purpose. You have the privilege, and no one can keep you from it. No matter, even if you're in jail, penitentiary, or whorehouse. You do not need to change jobs. You do not need to come out of what man calls sin to hear love. Love will teach you no matter where you are, no matter what squalid circumstances you may live in. Even if you're a sex slave, in slavery, in torment, and you hear this message, open to love, and let love begin to unlock the doors of brass, the bars of iron that hold you, and your mind first. Don't try to comply with a religion that says you must do this, you must do that, you must clean up, you must wear a dress a certain length, you must wear a hair in a bun, you must do this, that, and the other, wear a hat to show that you're under man. No. You're light. And I stand. And who am I? I'm a simple guy in Eureka Springs. I love coffee and I love love. I love romance. Romance. I love love. I love you. And now you will know the rest of the story. And the mystery of Christ will no more be a mystery. And Christ will never be stifled by religion. It'll no more be controlled by Christianity. The living love of one does miracles now because you heal it. You heal the Christ by becoming it. The Christ in your shoes. This is what Meonics is about. The Messiah, the revelator of you. Of you, my friend. You begin to see there's no salvation needed from something else because none of the powers of sin, separation, religion, or any power on earth can overpower you when you love love and become love. Live love. You and love become the same one. And you're the body of love walking on earth. You look like a woman. You look like a man, a kid. But oh, the power of your love. The power of your love. When you know this, you may learn to dodge the bullets. But when you become love, you won't need to. This is a race of lovers who love each other. Original love. Original creation being created again to live love among the heavens, not limited to your universe. I love you. My name is Theodore Cottingham. In my covenant, in the lessons I've given you, there's a phrase you might look up, high dive. It's like learning to go off the high dive. You see, we seem to all have a certain comfort level. But if you're willing to go out of your comfort level, explore, have an adventure, are you willing to go off the high dive? Into what? A new learning system. This is a school. I teach for you to learn, for you to become, not just to learn. So many people just want to be eternal learners. And they want to talk and talk and talk. I want to love. I want to love you more. And I ask you to love you more and to love each other more. Love those kids of every color. Love the emaciated. Love the whore. Love the harlot. Love the gay, the straight, the red, the green, the yellow, the black. Love each other. Love each other. And be not afraid of loving each other and telling them you love them. Tell them every day. When you love love, love will speak. Love will be made manifest. Love will radiate. love will bring the energy of love to you and begin to connect you with other lovers. Lovers, not of your body, but of your light. Know the difference. Many people confuse it. They feel your love, so they want to love and touch your body. Because they don't know the difference. They just feel something wonderful. They feel love. They feel respect. And so many have never felt it. But you, my friend, are not subject to your five-sense mind, nor your molecular body anymore. This is about Meonics, you becoming the true creation of you, no longer in the illusion of faith or the control of any other. I love you. I go now. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Can I encourage you, invite you? Each time you listen to any of my videos, have a notebook. Write the important words. Write key phrases to you so that you can go over them. Get a little recorder. Use an old phone. Record it so you can listen to it. Listen to it in your car. Listen to it. And when you really want to remember something that you may want to come back to, beside those words, write the time of the recording. So see, in school, you take notes. Take notes as the creator, being the creator. Date the notes. And when you make notes, like if you want to remember what I'm saying right now, you can write 1.02 or however you want to do it. You can write 3 if it's the third minute of the broadcast. 21. That's what I did. This is school. You go back over the notes. As you begin to go over the notes that you make of these recordings, I suggest that you will have additional new ideas. Sometimes a word and sometime a phrase. And sometime you may want to go to my covenant and look it up. Do a search on those words that provide a wealth of information to you, to heal you, to love you, to educate you, for you to be the creator of you again. Sometimes go look it up in my covenant, database one of my covenant. And sometimes all of a sudden when you're rereading the notes, you have a spark. You have an idea. You think, pick up your pen and start writing. When I first started writing, what I was given through love, at first it was just a sentence or two, occasionally. Maybe I'll share some of those very first ones with you soon. They're in a book I wrote. I wrote a book, a self-published book, pardon me, in the year 2000. And now I've written another one called Jesus the Pattern, over 300 pages. I'm asking you to write, to create create your instruction system that is tailor-made just for you. Because you are unique. You are precious. You are valuable. You are worthy. The kingdom of God is in you, and you are enough. You are perfect love in two shoes, and that's what I'm speaking to, unveiling, lifting the veil for you to see. You are. I am. And your beauty beholds your paradise, and paradise beholds your beauty, and you will walk in unlimited form. Please. TheodoreCottingham.com. I love you. Please write me. I'm not beyond encouragement. Write me your questions, ideas. Share these words. Share your love. You can write me at Eureka@gmail.com. TheodoreCottingham.com. You see, before long, I'm going to ask more things of you. You may as well know that now. I'm going to ask you to do more than write. There's more to the story, and there is a progression to learning love and letting love teach, because this is a school of leadership. You can't stay on the pew. You can't be reclusive. It's time to come out of your closet and be who you really are. Perfect love, healing this world, and going to others. Thank you, love. I love you. Love each other. Thank you again. Be ready. Be prepared. Be love. Love the love of love and know the difference. Write it. Let love teach you. That's the message. Thank you. Good day.